Monica's secret sister arrives to claim her legacy. A Quartermain family explosion. The corridors of Port Charles are about to witness one of the most shocking family dramas in recent memory. As the Quartermain family mourns the unexpected passing of their beloved matriarch Monica, a mysterious figure emerges from the shadows with claims that will shake the very foundation of one of General Hospital's most iconic dynasties. Monica Quartermain's death sends ripples through Port Charles, but it's what happens at her funeral that truly sets the stage for explosive revelations. When her will is read, jaws drop and accusations fly as the assembled family learns that Monica has allegedly left her entire estate, including the Grand Quartermain mansion, to a sister no one knew existed, the mysterious rival of Erika Slezak. Enter Erika Slezak, whose character arrives in Port Charles with devastating timing and even more devastating news. Claiming to be Monica's estranged sister, she presents herself as the rightful heir to the Quartermain fortune. Her timing couldn't be more suspicious or more calculated. The truth, as Tracy and Drew will eventually discover, is far more sinister than anyone initially realizes. Erika's character had been keeping tabs on Monica's deteriorating health condition for months, perhaps even years. Through careful manipulation and planning, she managed to forge what appears to be Monica's final will and testament, naming herself as the primary beneficiary. The shocking will reading. The scene at Monica's funeral is one of raw emotion and growing suspicion. Jason, barely holding himself together as he prepares to deliver his mother's eulogy, is blindsided when the reading of the will takes an unexpected turn. Tracy, who had been planning to honor her sister-in-law's memory with dignity, finds herself speechless as the lawyer announces the bequest. Drew's reaction is perhaps the most complex of all. Having been estranged from the family due to his recent controversies, he arrives at the funeral hoping for some form of reconciliation in death that he never achieved in life. Instead, he witnesses what appears to be the systematic dismantling of the Quartermain legacy by a complete stranger. Ned stands frozen in disbelief, while Jason's confusion quickly transforms into suspicion. This isn't the Monica they knew, the woman who fought tooth and nail to keep the family together, who treasured the mansion not just as a home but as a symbol of everything the Quartermains represented. Unlikely allies form. What makes this storyline particularly compelling is how it forces natural enemies to become allies. Tracy and Drew, who have been at each other's throats for months, suddenly find themselves united by a common purpose. Their mutual hatred takes a backseat to their shared love for Monica and their determination to protect her true legacy. Tracy, with her razor-sharp business instincts, immediately senses something isn't right about the mysterious sister's claims. Drew, despite his recent fall from grace, still possesses the investigative skills that once made him formidable. Together, they begin to piece together the puzzle of Erika's character's deception. The investigation begins. Their investigation reveals a carefully orchestrated plan that had been years in the making. Erika's character had done her homework, researching Monica's medical history and tracking her movements. She knew about Monica's heart condition, her periods of isolation, and most importantly, she knew exactly when to strike. The forged will is a masterpiece of deception, complete with what appears to be Monica's signature and the witness statements of people who claim to have been present during its creation. But Tracy and Drew's combined scrutiny begins to reveal inconsistencies that only family members would notice. Race against time. As Erika's character moves quickly to claim her inheritance, Tracy and Drew find themselves racing against time. Legal proceedings are already underway, and the mysterious sister has hired top-notch attorneys to press her case. She's prepared for resistance and has covered her tracks carefully. The tension escalates as Erika's character proves to be more than just a simple con artist. She's intelligent, ruthless, and surprisingly well-informed about Quartermain family dynamics. Her ability to manipulate situations and turn family members against each other adds layers of complexity to the unfolding drama. Jason, torn between grief and growing anger, becomes increasingly convinced that something is fundamentally wrong. His memories of recent conversations with Monica don't align with the woman described in the will, a woman who would supposedly abandon her children and grandchildren for a sister she never mentioned. The truth emerges. The breakthrough comes when Tracy discovers inconsistencies in Monica's supposed signature on the forged will. Her years of business experience and intimate knowledge of Monica's handwriting provide crucial evidence. Meanwhile, Drew uncovers financial records showing suspicious transactions from accounts that Erika's character had been monitoring. Their investigation reveals that the mysterious sister had been in contact with several people in Monica's inner circle, gathering information and building her case methodically. She had even gone so far as to create false documentation of childhood memories and family photographs to support her claims. Confrontation and resolution. The climactic confrontation takes place in the very mansion that Erika's character claimed as her inheritance. Faced with overwhelming evidence of her deception, she initially attempts to brazen it out, claiming that the family is simply unable to accept Monica's final wishes. But as Tracy and Drew present their findings piece by piece, her carefully constructed facade begins to crumble. The forged documents, the suspicious timing, the convenient appearance of witnesses who can't be verified. Everything points to an elaborate fraud designed to exploit a family's grief. The real will surfaces. In a dramatic turn, the authentic will is discovered exactly where Monica would have kept it, in her private safe, protected by a combination known only to her most trusted confidants. This document reveals Monica's true final wishes, distributing her estate among her actual family members, and ensuring the Quartermain mansion remains in the hands of those who truly loved and understood its significance. The discovery of the real will not only exposes Erika's character's deception, but also provides closure for a family desperate to honor Monica's memory appropriately. Jason, Tracy, Drew, and the others can finally grieve properly, knowing that Monica's true intentions will be respected. This storyline promises to deliver the perfect blend of family drama, mystery, and character development that General Hospital fans crave. It explores themes of loyalty, greed, and the lengths to which people will go to claim what they believe they deserve, while also providing opportunities for longtime rivals to find common ground in their shared love for family. The Quartermain legacy, tested but ultimately preserved, emerges stronger than ever, with Monica's memory serving as the catalyst for healing old wounds and forging new alliances within one of daytime television's most enduring families. Next, we will learn about the emotional turmoil brewing for young Scout Quartermain as she grapples with the heartbreaking possibility of never saying goodbye to her beloved grandmother, Monica Quartermain. In the swirling drama of Port Charles, Scout Quartermain has been through an unimaginable storm of grief this year, losing her mother and now facing the devastating news of her grandmother Monica's passing. This little girl, with her innocent eyes and resilient spirit, has repeatedly implored her father, Drew Kane, to let her visit Monica at the Quartermain mansion. Imagine the scene. Scout, her voice trembling with hope, asking over and over for just a moment with her grandma, only to be met with vague excuses and distractions from Drew. It's a poignant reminder of how fragile family bonds can be in the face of adult conflicts. Adding to the heartache, Scout's world has already been shattered by the absence of her mom, making Monica's role as a stabilizing figure even more crucial. Drew's reluctance isn't just a minor oversight. It's a barrier that's left Scout feeling isolated and yearning for connection. As viewers, we've seen her light up at the thought of family gatherings, perhaps dreaming of sharing stories or baking cookies in the grand Quartermain kitchen. Simple joys that now seem forever out of reach. This pattern of denial could plant seeds of deep resentment, especially when Scout realizes the finality of what she's missed. Delving deeper into Scout's recent escapades, her determination shines through in ways that highlight her cleverness and desperation. Remember that daring adventure when she enlisted her brother Danny Morgan to sneak her out of summer camp and whisk her back to the Quartermain estate? It was a bold move for such a young girl, fueled by her longing to reunite with her extended family, including Monica. But Drew, ever the gatekeeper, swooped in and abruptly ended the visit, ushering her away with hollow promises of a future opportunity. He might have thought he was protecting her, but in reality, he was building walls around her heart. Scout didn't stop there. She later turned to Charlotte Casadini for another clever escape plan, aiming to spend time with Danny, Rocco Falconeri, and the rest of the Quartermains. These acts of rebellion aren't just childish whims, they are cries for belonging in a world that's increasingly unstable. Picture Scout plotting these schemes late at night, whispering secrets to her friends, her small hands clutching a notebook filled with doodles of family portraits. Her actions reveal a growing awareness that something's amiss with Drew, chipping away at the heroic image she once held of him. As she observes the adults around her tiptoeing around his flaws, questionable decisions, and self-serving choice, Scout's intuition sharpens. She's no longer the naive child. She's evolving into someone who questions authority. And Monica's death could be the catalyst that turns quiet disappointment into outright confrontation. The potential fallout from this tragedy looms large, with Scout's sweet nature possibly giving way to uncharacteristic outbursts. She's always been portrayed as kind-hearted, offering hugs and smiles even in tough times. But the weight of repeated losses might push her to her limits. Upon learning of Monica's passing, could Scout unleash a torrent of anger toward Drew, accusing him of robbing her of precious final moments? We've seen hints of her feistiness before, like when she stands up for her friends or questions unfair rules. Inventing a new layer here. Perhaps Scout has been keeping a secret diary, jotting down her frustrations about Drew's absences and broken promises. Entries that could explode into a heated family showdown. Her alienation from the Quartermains has bred a profound desperation, leading her to contemplate even more extreme measures. Running away might cross her mind, fleeing to a familiar spot like the docks where she shared laughs with her uncles, or seeking solace in the park with memories of Monica's gentle advice. She could boldly declare that she no longer wants to live under Drew's roof, packing a small bag with her favorite stuffed animal and a photo of her mom, telling a trusted adult, like her teacher or a family friend, about her unwillingness to stay with him would add another dramatic twist, potentially sparking custody whispers in Port Charles circles. Now, let's consider the role of Uncle Jason Morgan in this unfolding saga, steadfast protector whose quiet strength could become Scout's lifeline. If Scout turns to him, begging for his safeguarding amid the chaos, Jason's response might reshape family dynamics entirely. Known for his loyalty and no-nonsense approach, Jason has always had a soft spot for the kids in his orbit, often stepping in when others falter. Envision a tense scene where Scout, tears streaming down her face, clings to Jason's leather jacket, pleading for him to keep her away from Drew's influence. Would Jason, drawing from his own history of family strife, advocate for her wishes, perhaps consulting with lawyers or rallying the Quartermains? This could lead to invented scenarios where Jason organizes secret playdates for Scout with her cousins, helping her rebuild the connections Drew has severed. The missed chance to see Monica one last time might ignite a fire in Scout, fostering a resolve to distance herself permanently from her father. It's not just about grief, it's about betrayal, as Drew's choices have systematically eroded her trust. In the broader tapestry of General Hospital, this storyline echoes themes of fractured families, where children become unintended casualties of adult egos. Compounding the tension is the upcoming memorial for Monica, an event that could either heal or further fracture relationships. Scout, with her pure-hearted desire to honor her grandmother, might approach Drew with wide eyes, asking to attend the service, maybe even wanting to prepare a small tribute, like a drawing or a heartfelt note read aloud. But if Drew refuses, citing some contrived reason like her age or the emotional intensity, it would be a crushing blow. General Hospital spoilers for the September 19th episode tease that Danny steps up to plead with Drew about something significant, which could very well be advocating for Scout's presence at the funeral. Danny, as the protective big brother, has witnessed Scout's struggles firsthand and might argue passionately, reminding Drew of the importance of family unity in times of loss. This plea could unfold in a charged conversation at the mansion, with Danny's voice cracking as he describes Scout's nightmares about never seeing Monica again. Drew's ongoing efforts to isolate Scout from her relatives, perhaps stemming from his own insecurities or hidden agendas, risk severe repercussions. He might find himself on the outside looking in, as the Quartermain's close ranks around the children. Ultimately, the rapid succession of tragedies losing her mother, and now Monica, within less than a year, coupled with Drew's erratic behavior, threatens to overwhelm Scout completely. This young girl, who once embodied hope and innocence, could reach a breaking point, where her emotions spill over into decisions that alter her future, from inventing supportive moments with friends like Rocco, who shares stories of his own family losses to comfort her, to potential therapy sessions arranged by concerned adults. The narrative expands on her inner resilience. Drew's antics, including his political ambitions and personal entanglements, have created a toxic environment that no child should endure. As the spoilers suggest, this could be the tipping point, pushing Scout toward a path of independence or seeking guardianship elsewhere. In the end, General Hospital continues to deliver these gut-wrenching tales of love, loss, and redemption, leaving us all wondering how Scout will navigate this storm. Next, we will learn about the explosive twists shaking up Port Charles this week, from blindsided hospital leaders to secret romances unraveling and a heartbreaking loss that leaves everyone reeling. Kicking off the drama in the halls of General Hospital, the co-chiefs of staff, Portia Robinson and Terry Randolph find themselves completely caught off guard by an unexpected return that's set to upend the power structure. Picture this: Portia, who's been navigating her role amid personal pressures like family secrets and professional blackmail from Drew Kane, suddenly hears a chilling warning echo through the corridors: the Bridge is back. Her face twists in disbelief as she questions aloud, she's alive. Meanwhile, Terry, ever the composed professional with her own history of hospital intrigue, stands frozen, processing the shock. Enter Britt Westburn, striding in with that signature evil smirk, her eyes gleaming with determination as if she's ready to reclaim her throne by any means necessary. It's like a ghost from the past has materialized, not just to haunt but to conquer. Britt, who faked her death years ago to escape dangers tied to her family's dark legacy, seems poised to dive straight back into her old position, perhaps even aiming higher to become the ultimate boss. Inventing a fresh angle. Maybe Britt arrives armed with forged documents or insider alliances from her time in hiding, making her comeback not just a surprise but a calculated power play. This blindsiding event raises burning questions. Will Portia, already vulnerable due to Drew's leverage over her tampering with medical records, be the one ousted? Or could Terry, with her steady but less aggressive style, find herself sidelined? And who's really pulling the strings on hirings and furring schooled Britt manipulate the board? With tales of her miraculous survival, turning the hospital into her personal battlefield? Shifting to the personal entanglements, Jason Morgan reunites with his longtime confidant Carly Spencer in a moment charged with emotion and unspoken jealousies. Jason, fresh from his high-stakes adventures abroad, sits down with Carly, whose life has been a whirlwind of romantic complications and family loyalties. Britt, who's harbored a deep-seated jealousy toward Carly stemming from that infamous 5-minute marriage Jason had with her before Sonny Corinthos dramatically rose from the dead, refuses to openly admit her lingering feelings for him. Yet, Jason drops the bombshell: Britt is alive, and he's the one who brought her back to Port Charles. The air thickens as Carly's shock registers, her mind racing through memories of past rivalries. They dive into discussions about Jason's perilous trip to the Five Poppies resort in Croatia, a luxurious yet sinister spot riddled with underground labs and shadowy operations. Jason admits he's piecing together Britt's mysterious backstory, knowing only that she was entangled in a secret lab run by dangerous figures, perhaps experimenting with cutting-edge medical tech or forbidden substances. Adding inventive depth, envision Britt having developed a groundbreaking serum during her time away, something that could revolutionize treatments at General Hospital, but comes with ethical dilemmas tied to her criminal associates. Her reluctance to share details with Jason traces back to old heartbreaks, leaving him in the dark about her full motives. This revelation forces Carly and Jason to confront not just the past, but the potential ripple effects on their intertwined lives. With Britt's return threatening to reignite old flames and feuds, the intrigue escalates as the group flees the exploding Five Poppies resort, with Jason heroically breaking out Britt, Jocelyn Jax, and the enigmatic S. Vaughn. Instead of heading straight home, they detour to a secluded love nest, possibly a hidden WSB training ground that Britt knows intimately, given her covert history. Jack Brennan, Carly's current flame and a man shrouded in secrets, is well aware of this spot, hinting at deeper connections to international espionage. Brennan's been keeping massive truths from Carly, especially the bombshell that her daughter Jocelyn is a full-fledged WSB agent, operating under the radar with skills honed in high-risk missions. Flashback to last Friday's cliffhanger. Brennan stumbles upon Jocelyn and Vaughn tangled in bed, his face a mask of fury and betrayal. Now, Jocelyn confides her anxieties to Vaughn, fretting that Jason might have been the one to catch them in the act how he swore to keep silent. Her worry stems from a mix of guilt and fear, perhaps amplified by invented elements like intercepted messages or hidden cameras at the resort that could expose their affair. Is Carly growing suspicious about Jocelyn's double life? Maybe after eavesdropping on one of Brennan's cryptic phone calls discussing agent protocols? Brennan's web of deceptions is unraveling, and Carly's not one to back down. She'll demand answers, dragging the truth from Jason piece by piece. This puts Jason in a tough spot, balancing loyalties as Carly presses him, insisting, "If you find out something about one of my kids, you have to tell me." Will he crack under the pressure, especially if Carly's hints point to overhearing Brennan's secrets? Overall, Jason, the unflappable stone cold, is rediscovering his emotional depths, contrasting sharply with his twin Drew's apparent loss of empathy amid his own scandals. Amid all this chaos, a traumatic discovery rocks the foundation of Port Charles. With Jason at the center of delivering the devastating news, his face, usually a stoic mask, crumples with grief and shock as he processes the loss. Monica Quartermain has passed away. Whether Jason stumbles upon the scene himself or receives the report, he's the one tasked with spreading the somber word. His voice steady, but eyes betraying inner turmoil. In a poignant moment, he's shown on the phone, likely contacting the hospital or morgue, solemnly requesting, "I need a report of death. This isn't just a procedural call. It's a gut-wrenching acknowledgement of finality for a woman who's been a pillar of the Quartermain family." Expanding with new layers, perhaps Jason reflects on Monica's untold stories, like her quiet acts of kindness during his own brushes with death, or hidden letters she left behind revealing family secrets. The discovery traumatizes those closest to her, amplifying the week's themes of resurrection like Brits against irreversible loss. Jason's grief humanizes him further, showing cracks in his tough exterior as he navigates informing loved ones. From the Quartermains to his own circle, this event ties into the broader narrative, where blindsides and busts give way to profound sorrow, reminding everyone that in Port Charles, joy and pain are forever entangled. As the week unfolds from Monday, September 15th to Friday, September 19th, these spoilers promise a roller coaster of emotions and revelations that will keep fans on the edge of their seats. From Brit's aggressive comeback challenging Portia and Terry's authority, to the tangled web of secrets involving Jason, Carly, Jocelyn, and Brennan, every thread pulls tighter. The heartbreaking report of Monica's death adds a layer of raw vulnerability, contrasting the high-stakes drama with quiet mourning. General Hospital continues to master the art of surprise, blending resurrected pasts with present heartaches in ways that redefine alliances and test loyalties.